Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another rolling stock review. Today we will be looking at a HO scale Bachmann Silver Series 4-bay cylindrical grain hopper with a flashing end of train device in the orange and brown SKNX scheme. And now, onto the unboxing. Alright, taking a look at the box. On the front here we have the Bachmann logo, as well as a clear plastic front window, giving us our first look at the car. We also have the Bachmann Silver Series logo in the top right here, as well as the price tag. So I had paid $56.99 at Hobby Wholesale for this car. Looking at the bottom of the box, we have the Bachmann logo and website, as well as the Silver Series logo, and an age restriction warning, as well as a chemical warning. Looking at the left-hand side of the box, we have the address for Bachmann, as well as their website again, just like on the top of the box. On the rear of the box, we have some information about the types of trucks that Bachmann uses, as well as some information about their couplers. I do apologize for the background noise. The road outside of my home is currently a detour due to construction going on. But continuing on to the right hand side of the box, here we have the product item number, this one being 73802. It is an HO 4-bay cylindrical grain hopper with a track-powered flashing LED end of train device in the Saskatchewan brown and orange scheme. And here we have the product barcode. And now, opening up the package, we have the car sitting in this plastic cradle, which we can easily take it out of. And here we have the car. And now we can move on to the detail overview. Time to take a closer look at the car. Starting at the front of the car, we have our plastic knuckle coupler, which I will be replacing with a KD number 158. And then we have our molded plastic ladder going up on the left side here all the way up to the roof, while the right side goes halfway up. And behind the framework we have the SKNX reporting marks and the road number, this being 397135. And moving on to the side, we again have our SKNX reporting marks and road number. We have our capacity information, which is all nice and legible. We have some capacity information on the bottom of the hopper chutes here. Then on the center here, we have the Saskatchewan Grain Car Corporation logo. The trucks have some basic detailing on them, mostly suspension detailing, with a little bit of brake detailing in behind. Now moving on to the rear of the car. Attached to our rear coupler, we have the flashing end of train device, which is mounted directly to the coupler, so I will not be able to replace this coupler, unfortunately. Then we have our ladders on either side again. We have the SKNX reporting marks and our road number. But what we also have is this separately fitted plastic brake wheel. And then looking at the other side, we see much of the same detailing here. Looking at the top of the car, we have our molded plastic walkways, which have some slight great detailing on them, but it is solid and not etched. And then we have our our covers along the top here with hinge and latch detailing. And now looking at the bottom of the car, we have our 4 individual chutes for the 4 bays. And then looking at the rear of the car, we can see we have our power pickups as well as a control board and our wiring that is leading to our end of train device. And now we will move on to the rip track portion of the video. Time for the rip track segment of the video. To start off with, I'm going to check the axles with the NMRA standards gauge to see if all of the axles are engaged. Starting on the front truck. And axle number 1 is a little tight but still manageable. Axle number 2 is good. Now onto the rear truck. Axle number 1 is good. And axle number 2 is good. So other than the first axle, which is a little tight, all the other 3 axles are good. Now I'm going to verify the height of the factory couplers. Starting with the front coupler, which is sitting spot on. And now for the rear coupler. Which is sitting a touch low. And now what I will do is I will proceed with swapping the coupler on the front of the car. As I cannot swap the rear coupler due to the wiring and the end of train device being molded directly to the coupler. Right, that is the factory plastic coupler out. And now we can put the KD coupler in. All in all, a super quick and super easy procedure. Okay, too tight, so I need to loosen up on the coupler a bit. And you just gotta find that sweet spot. There we go. Now to put the truck back on. Okay, that is the new KD coupler installed. So now to verify the height of the new coupler, and we are spot on. Which means now the car is ready to go onto the track. So I will see you momentarily once I put the car on the test track. Alright everybody, this concludes my review of the Bachmann Silver Series HO scale 4-bay cylindrical grain hopper in the SKNX scheme with the flashing end of train device. All in all, the model was pretty decent, though the detailing on it is a little lackluster. I'm also not fond of the fact that the end of train device was molded directly onto the rear coupler rather than the body, as that would make the car a bit more viable in my eyes for operational purposes. That being said though, it all functioned perfectly. The car had no issues with derailing on the switch, and it coupled up beautifully to the rest of the train. So all in all, a fairly decent model. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody.